Hello and welcome to Totally Rovers, a Blackburn Rovers podcast by fans of the Blue White Halves. Dear me, it's been quite a terrible, torrid time at the moment for Blackburn Rovers fans.
It
Oh,
has indeed.
it has been absolutely terrible. On the pod this week, we're going to talk about the game against Coventry City over last weekend, and then we're going to talk about the game during the week against Sheffield United. On the
Yeah.
pod, there's myself, Luke, and we've got Liam on the pod.
Hello, everybody. Smooth here.
So, Smithers on board. So, how are you doing?
Dejected. It's a good job things are going well in my life at the moment because Rovers has got me dejected.
It's so soul destroying at the moment, isn't it, Blackburn
It is.
Rovers fan? You just don't know where this win's going to come
I don't
from,
know
do
where to
you?
begin. No.
Well, where can we
And,
start? But
no.
anyway, let's get started onto the game against Coventry. We're on the back end of we're back from the international break. We ended the international break on a rather more positive note, didn't we?
Yeah.
We were 1-0 down against Stoke City. We fought back and got a draw. Could have snuck a win,
Yeah.
potentially. And then going to Coventry, I thought, you know, the high flying side in the championship, scoring goals for fun with Thomas Asante, Ellie Sims and Hadji and Torp. They're all getting the goals, aren't they, for Coventry at the
Yeah.
moment?
I
They've
wasn't
got
upset
real
about this
firepower.
result.
No, I wasn't expecting to get anything from the game against Coventry.
No. Same here.
But to be honest, I mean, as long as we don't get a cricket score, we're all right. We could, in isolation, we could hold our heads high on that game. And to be fair to Rovers, we actually played really well, rather well against Coventry,
I
particularly in
agree.
the first half with the pressing, and we showed no fear against Coventry. We nullified them. We didn't give them many chances to create. I know
Mm.
Torf had one crucial save in the opening few minutes of the game. We had a couple of chances, but what's Coventry's keeper called? Is it Rushworth? I
I
think I've got the name wrong.
think it might be Rushworth. Yeah.
Yeah, he did some really crucial saves as well that kept them in the game.
Yeah.
Particularly when Axel Emerson had that close range shot on Yuki Ohashi. Um, and knowing that Todd Campbell was absent, injured as well, I thought, well, we were going to struggle here to create some chances, but
I agree.
we were more creative than I thought we would be, to be honest. Pressing and going on a counter attack. And we played a different formation as well. Instead of a back four, we had a back three. And obviously we had five on the back line potentially going defensively. I had Alabiosu and Ryan Hedges as the wing backs, and then obviously
Yeah.
Miller, Wharton, and McLaughlin as the three
Defensive
centre
three.
backs, basically. Yeah, as the back three. And then obviously you had Tron Starding, Taylor Garner-Hitman, and then you had Axel Henriksen just the one man further up in front of Garner-Hitman, and then having Ohashi and Andrew Johnson as the two men up front.
Yeah.
So it looked like that we could have potentially got something against Coventry, but they had the chances, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, Torp got that long range shot, had that chance and took it and got him in front. I mean, we defended and there was no man out there unmarked just outside the box that gave Coventry that chance, and they seized the opportunity and took it. And then obviously within the next minute or two, Brandon Thomas Asante scores, doesn't he, and capitalises on that and lead and gets them in front. I mean, he
Yeah.
loves scoring against Rovers, doesn't he, Brandon Thomas Asante?
Exactly.
And
I mean, we held our own for nearly 60 minutes, and I felt we were very much well and truly deserving of something out of the game up until I think it was like the 57th minute, and then the 60th minute they scored. So like about 2-3 minutes between the two goals. And I'll be honest with you, I think up until that point, I felt we very much deserved something out of the game. And then once they got the second, it just knocked the stuffing out of us.
yeah, I think once the second goal was in from Thomas Asante, I just felt like our edge dropped off.
Yeah,
It just felt like, oh, we're not gonna get anything out of this game. It just looked like
no,
our confidence had gone. I thought that was quite frustrating in a way. You know, before this, it sort of reiterates the points that we were sort of talking about earlier on with the loss of experience. When you go down, you go, come on, let's like
yeah,
get chase the game. Let's try and get back into it, sort of thing. It just wasn't there. I think that was a really frustrating part. I mean, like even the changes made didn't really have much effect. I mean, we had our chances, we didn't take them,
No.
and this is like the story of the season so far with Rovers. Good performances, but the results just don't reflect on that. But we need to get results at the end of the day. We need to get the
Yeah.
points on the board.
Not
And
taking a chance as a key one, and then falling apart at the back when you're in a position where you could get something. That's frustrating as well. When you feel like you've worked
yeah,
hard and earned something, and then you just fall apart towards the back end of the games, and it's
yeah,
frustrating to see.
it is very frustrating. It's really frustrating. And I mean, there were plenty of positives to take from Coventry and go, right, we can play like that
Oh yeah,
against like the top, the tabletop inside of the championship and apply it to like every game week in, week out. I suppose there is something we could get from out of these games against the which teams on paper are regarded as the weaker opposition or the
yeah.
lesser opposition. That we could have tried and get something from it. But I don't think that was. And then obviously we were back at home against Sheffield United. They're
Yeah.
on a bad run of form, weren't they? Had a really terrible start to the season. Okay, Chris Wilder took over and they're starting to turn things around slowly but surely. And I had a feeling that Chris Wilder's probably going to turn the screw and go up a cog or two where results are concerned anyway, even if they don't play the best football or the most attractive football. But Chris Wilder knows how to get results for Sheffield United. He got them
I
up.
honestly,
He got
I honestly thought going into this game though, I thought the way they've been and the way their fortune's been and some of their performances have been, I felt going off how we played against Coventry, I thought we could take positives from Coventry game and go against these and we'll pick up a decent 3 points here. And I thought we just need
yeah.
to show a bit of fight, a bit of doggedness.
It just wasn't there, was it at all? It really wasn't there. I mean, the first half, Rovers looked to have done quite well, pressing and on a
Mm,
counter attack and growing into the game. And then obviously we got the goal. I mean, it was a really good build-up play from Andrew Johnston's long pass to Deneve. Deneve sort of fluffed
yeah,
it a bit, and then Owashi got the ball neatly into the net. And then obviously we were 1-0 up at the break. I thought, right, yeah, this is an encouraging sign. Can we do this for the next half, for the next
yeah,
45 minutes? But no, it's just starting to feel like that it's too much to ask for right now with Rovers right now with how things are gone. I mean, not long into the second half, we conceded a set piece, and then there was poor marking and poor organisation, and it was a
mm,
very soft goal deflected of Axel Henderson to go into the net that got Sheffield United back into the game with that equaliser. And then obviously they were 2-1 up, and then in injury time we were like 3-1 down. It was like there's just like no hope. It just smacks of when we're going behind, our heads just seem to drop off.
yeah,
Our confidence is just shot. It's like there's no fight and there's no desire for it.
yeah,
And obviously, with the losing streak that we've been on, I can understand that. But in the game against Sheffield United, I really don't understand the changes that Valerien Ismael made,
yeah.
like
This was
with
the
the
tough one for
tactical
me.
changes when Ohashi and Johnson were taken off, and apparently they're playing quite well throughout the game.
Yeah,
But when you're in a losing position and losing 2-1, you need a striker, don't you? You need a
you need at
forward on
least
the
one.
pitch,
You need at
really.
least one
At
striker on
least
the
one
pitch.
striker.
Change
Exactly.
your
At least one
formation,
striker.
maybe.
Yeah. And not put Matt Gay on. I mean, he was asked in the interview, weren't he? Valerien Ismael by was it Radio Lancashire? Why they didn't play him? And he said, "Oh, I don't feel confident that he would make an impact in the game." Now, if you're publicly throwing your player under the bus, that's not a good sign either.
No,
That's like you're throwing him under the bus. Now, if you don't want to
don't
play
feel
Matt
confident.
Gay,
A big guy like that that can bully defenses. That when you're needing something at the end of the day, isn't going to impact the
yeah,
game. I'm not being funny. It smacks of he just doesn't have a clue and he's trying to find excuses.
yeah, and I'm sick. I'm starting to get sick of hearing the good performances now. It's
Yeah,
really wearing thin right now. We're 10 games in now. We're nearly a quarter way into the season.
yeah,
We're near the foot of the table in Championship, staring down at League One right now, staring down that prospect of going down into League One with the
yeah.
way things are going. It's so frustrating. Let's go back to Valerien Ismael. Do you think he's on borrowed time now with the way
He
things
has
have
to be,
gone for
surely.
Rovers?
He has to be. The decision making in itself, and then there's the excuses afterwards. I mean, throwing Mac Targay under the bus as well. I mean, I'm not being funny. Last season, we were cheering Mac Targay because you could see, okay, he wasn't the most gifted and talented player, but you could see he gave something on the pitch. He wanted to do something. He wanted to do well. In a game where you're needing some sort of spark up front, throw him on.
Yeah, his
What's the worst
confidence
that can
guy,
happen?
innit?
He could bully a few defenders, maybe hold the ball up, player through. Okay, he can't.
Yeah,
He might not be the best gifted, talented player you've got, but you can see he wants to do well.
yeah, it's very true.
He's one of the first one that
Very
comes
true.
around the pitch at the end of the game to the fans that actually stay after the game and does the whole way, and all that. Like he tries to keep the fans on board with him. He seems to
Mm.
love his time there.
With him not playing him and throwing him under the bus. This
Mm,
reiterates my point that I've already discussed with you. I've mentioned it on previous pods about
yeah,
selling Harry Leonard. Like, should have sold Gay over Leonard personally
exactly.
and give Leonard that chance because Leonard could have been given more opportunities to actually play more minutes and potentially get us a goals as well. You know, he has that instinct for getting a goal as well. I don't think they should have sold Harry Leonard personally, and I think that's a decision that
I
will bite
totally
us in the
agree.
bum when we're struggling for goals. And obviously, we mentioned Dom Hyam, not replacing him. And
Nope.
obviously, Hayden Carter's injured. And we're
Yeah,
relying on a right back who's playing at centre back. And to be fair to Lewis Miller, he's doing okay, but he's
he's
not
doing an all
naturally
right
a right.
job,
He's not
but he's
actually a
not a
centre
centre
back.
back.
Not just
Yeah,
because like
result. Oh, no. I'm just
the
saying it's
results
the
speak
results
for
as well,
itself.
but his decisions as well, and his excuses.
I don't think he knows the right system for the players that we've got. And apparently, they're
But
meant to the players that he wanted in as well. When him and
but
Rudy were
it's
working
a
together to get these players in.
he's had a
So it's like if you want
pre-season
these players
and
in,
nearly 10 games now to try and find a system that works.
that's worrying, isn't it? It's really
Mm.
worrying.
Okay, yes, some of the players he didn't get until right near the deadline day, but still, a lot of the players he had in early because he did bring quite a few in early doors. The new
Yeah.
talent, like Ali Biosus and all that lot. I'm not Ali Biosus been one of our better players by far. I actually really think he's been a
Oh
fantastic
yeah.
signing.
Head and shoulders
But
above
there's
the
been
rest
other
of our
players in
signings.
there that have done really
You can
average
see, you can
for what
see,
for what they are.
you can see glimpses though, can't you, from some of the players?
Oh yeah,
I
you can
mean,
see they've
the
got some
pace,
talent, but he's not
aggressive.
utilising them to their strengths in some
No,
cases.
no. I mean, Andrew Good Johnson looks hungry to score a goal as well. I think once he starts scoring a goal, hopefully
The
that
floodgates
could
will
get the
open if he
ball
gets a
rolling.
couple.
Mm,
Hopefully,
yeah.
we're hoping there.
Well, it's the hope that kills you, doesn't it, as well?
Well, yeah, true.
But I mean,
We're definitely missing Campbell.
yeah, we're missing Campbell, we're missing Carter.
Yeah,
I'd say we're definitely missing them. And the fact that Hayden Carter's made of glass and can't stay fit and being injury prone, that just adds to the frustration. It really adds to the
don't throw
frustration.
stones in glass houses, as they say. don't
don't,
don't don't don't
don't.
don't don't breathe heavy next to Hayden Carter. I don't mean to be mean, but he does. He has a bad injury record.
Yeah,
It's not ideal, and he's a good player. It's just
yeah,
keeping him
he's a good
fit.
player. Yeah, he's just so frustrating. Not been same since he was had that long term injury last season.
No,
Um, but if you get rid of Ishmael, who would we bring in? Which manager would realistically come to Rovers
this is the
and
big question.
sort this shit show that's going on in Ewood Park?
You've got to find a manager that's willing to maybe offer a manager a contract of a year, and if it doesn't work out, you can move on rather than
Yeah,
sacking them. Give them some sort of so that then it doesn't look bad on it doesn't reflect bad on them. They've come and they've tried to try and restable the club. Obviously, it hasn't happened. Okay, you can move on. It's better than having a manager that doesn't want to come there in the first place and just somebody will take the
yeah,
challenge, but it's finding one that will.
yeah, and it's knowing whether or not they'll get the backing that they said that they'll get and stuff like that.
And well,
It's
that's the other issue.
we, we,
Who's
we
going to want to
need
come
we
when
need
they're
a
not going to get any backing?
but when you're in a relegation battle, you need a manager that's pragmatic. You got to tighten that back line, be tight in defence, and hit them on the counter, hit them on the break. which is, well, dare I say, is what Eustace did, didn't he? When we were in
Yeah.
that relegation battle a couple of seasons ago. But I don't
Well,
think there's any managers available.
Eustace is on borrowed time at Derby at the moment, isn't he? He's not been getting the results in.
Well, they got a win, didn't they? Which got them
Yeah.
more adrift away from the bottom
I
three. But
think that was a he was on borrowed time. I think that's just kept him in there just a little bit longer. But yeah,
yeah, it was his get out of jail card, wasn't it? But
I wouldn't want you as much as he did an all right job for us. I wouldn't want him back after what happened last time.
no,
Eustace,
no,
I
no
wouldn't want him
chance.
back.
I won't
No,
have him back.
He burnt his bridges with Rovers, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, he was homesick, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Staying in a
but
hotel in
it
East
wasn't
Lancashire.
just that. It was the whole. I was never back this that, the other, which granted you wasn't backed, but then you went to another club and poached half our fucking players. So obviously you felt like you didn't have a good enough team, but then you felt like taking off our team. So come on, don't what's the word I'm looking for?
I'm
Don't
not
tell a
crying
spade it's
about
a
it,
spade
basically.
sort of thing. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you're trying to pull the wool over people's eyes, and it's not true at all.
No, no. I don't think his exit was far from amicable, wasn't it? To
No,
be
I don't
honest.
think I'd have him back. Who I'd have back, I don't know. Who I'd have in next, I don't know.
There's not really any championship managers available, is there? With proven
No,
experience that could steer a team away and make them greater than the sum of the parts.
I thought
You
about.
need a manager. We need a manager that puts a rocket up the arses of these players as well. Knows what they're doing. Get it all organised. Play to his strengths. I feel like
But who's
Ismael is
available
just.
at the moment?
Well, this is a big question. And if there is a manager available, who is realistically going to come to
Or
Blackburn
want to
Rovers
come?
with the way things are? You know, it's no sane manager will want to come to Rovers with the way things are.
No, not
They
at all.
wouldn't. They really wouldn't. And I know, and obviously January is going to be big for us.
Mm.
This season can hinge on what sort of transfer window we have in January and
They
what
need
they
to put their
really
hand in the
need to
pocket
do.
and use some of
Yeah,
the
they need
money
to
that's
put
been
the
left over from the sales.
yeah, and they need to get some experienced heads into the team to buy us over for the rest of the season, or even have them for like one, maybe 2 seasons. You know, get another Sean McLaughlin, I suppose, that can play the right side of centre back,
Yeah,
and maybe get another midfielder in there as well. But obviously, they don't want to. They obviously make this excuse going, "Oh, we don't want to go into the domestic market because it costs us money. We need to get better value for money and stuff like that." They're treating the club too much like a business when it comes to getting the players in.
yeah.
They're not thinking of the bigger picture. Like, if you want to treat the football club like a business, why don't you treat the fans like loyal customers? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
think of like a restaurant, for example. If you're at a restaurant, you make some food, and a customer gives you some feedback, constructive feedback. You don't go, "Oh, I'm very disappointed that you don't like this." You got to
Mm.
accept it and go, "Look, what can we do to make it better?" You know what I mean? Make the food better for the customers, or even give better service. Now, if you clap back at them and argue back with them, they're going to go off and never come back. And this is what the owners have done with the fans right now. You know, with the protests
It's up.
and staying away. They've spoke out to the media, going in the interviews. You know, like with Wagon, they
Yeah.
were like saying, "Oh, we're really disappointed how the fans are behaving and how they're thinking and what they thinking and not, and blaming the fans for not coming to the games." But you're the reason we're in this mess.
Yeah.
You need
You're the
to look
reason
at
we
what
don't
you
want to
can.
come to the games.
Yeah, you're driving the fans away. You're pushing the fans away.
I mean, I'm not being
So
funny
this,
and I'm not trying to be mean. I haven't got the biggest budget going in the world. I work most weekends on my one day off where I've got a day off, like I get Saturday off maybe once, maybe twice a month, or I might get the occasional chance to go to an evening game if it's like on a Tuesday. I'm not being funny. I'm not willing to because it costs 30 odd quid for a ticket. Then you've got the transport down there, my tea, couple of drinks. Before you know it, I spent close to £100 on a day out or an evening out. And why would I want to spend nearly £100 each time? £100 that I haven't really got to spend if I want to be able to do other things that month, like maybe go out with my friends or something. I even make that decision. Which one am I going to do? I'm not trying to be
no,
mean, but why would I put my money into that if I if I've got something that I'm going to enjoy more because I'm not enjoying what's happening there because I feel like the owners are just ripping us to shreds.
yeah, they're just taking our money and then lining up the pockets and
And I'm
forgetting
not
about the
saying that I
fans.
don't
And
want to go to Rovers. I was using it as an example
yeah,
there. I was
no,
going
no,
off because
I
I went the other night and I enjoyed going that the other night, even though we
yeah,
lost.
yeah, I totally get that. But it's also the fact of going, well, if they're not gonna listen to us,
Yeah,
well, why should I go to games and work long hours and pay my own cash to go
exactly.
to games at Ewood Park? And not only that, it's going to be a very toxic atmosphere at Ewood Park. You don't want to take your kids,
Mm,
families don't want to take their kids to games surrounded by a chorus of boos and shouting and swearing because of the
exactly.
unrest from the fans. And I mean, it's split the fan base as well, which is even more annoying. At times like this, we should really come together. We all want what's best for a club.
I'm a fourth
I'm not
generation
saying it's the
Blackburn
right,
Rovers fan.
yeah, I'm not saying it's the right way, wrong way of dealing with it. Fans choose to stay away, you
Mm,
know, in protest and against the owners, which is fair enough. I totally get that. That's their prerogative. But those that do choose to go to games, they're going to support the players on the pitch. They're
mm,
not there. The they're not there to line up the owners' pockets in their mind. They're there to support the team, not the regime.
exactly. Exactly.
Mm,
My dad, like I say, he was going from when he was a little boy. He took me to my first game in 1991. He wasn't about the whole glory things of the Premier League because we weren't a Premier League team when he started going. Bloody hell.
no,
When I started going, um, we weren't really. It was just as Jack Walker had taken over. I didn't really, but I was only a little lad. But I'd seen us get relegated. I'd seen this, that, and the other. It didn't. It was. I still follow my team. I love my team, but it's
yeah.
getting more and more harder and difficult to watch them. My dad stopped going about 5, 6 years back because he hated how toxic the atmosphere was. He wasn't enjoying the atmosphere.
It's a day out and experiencing it going to
Exactly,
football matches as well.
exactly. It's
And
meant to be an enjoyable experience that you can go and enjoy with your
mm,
friends and your family. And at the moment at Rovers, there's no enjoyable environment there, and it's been
no,
primarily done because of the way the club's run.
yeah, and the owners aren't listening to the fans. They're not engaging with the fans.
Exactly.
They're not willing to build bridges. There's no accountability either. They're
Mm,
like I said before, when they say that they're disappointed in how the fans are reacting and
yeah,
behaving, that's not taking any accountability. That's
exactly.
gaslight fan base as well, which
Yeah.
is why there's so much resentment and so much hate towards the owners as well.
Well, maybe if you look at what the fans are trying to tell you, that's why my dad stopped going. It's why a lot of fans are not going. I mean, I still love
Yeah.
Rovers through and through, and I still want to keep going to games when I can afford to, when I can make it.
Mm.
But some fans, I don't blame them for not wanting to come back.
No, because they'd rather spend the time and money elsewhere, which is fair
Exactly.
enough. You know, it's not cheap going to football matches,
It's not.
and when they've raised the price of season tickets and tickets going to games, that's also driving fans away as well.
Yeah,
And obviously, geography plays a part as well. You know, Blackburn is a town.
it is.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of other clubs within close proximity of Blackburn Rovers in the EFL and the Premier League. You know,
there
you've
is.
got the big clubs with Manchester United, Manchester City, which are not far away. You've got Liverpool and Everton, and
Yep,
obviously you got our arch rivals in Claret and Blue down the road. Then you've got
yep,
Aki Stanley, you've got Preston North End, you've got Bolton, Wigan, Stockport County, Blackpool. You know, there's a lot of football clubs within close proximity of us, and that
yeah.
gives us such a small catchment area, a small catchment, because we're doing so poorly as well.
And they blame the fans, and then they wonder why the fans then turn away and not come back.
Yeah, I mean
It's a vicious circle.
oh yeah, it is a vicious cycle. It's toxic. It's very toxic. I mean, there's obviously tendencies. I mean, Chef Wednesday did a mass boycott, didn't they, during the
Yeah,
week against
exactly.
Middlesbrough? And I thought when I saw like the seat saying Chancery and like SWFC and stuff like that, thinking, God, this is going to be your part next season. You know,
Yeah,
we could be like that even towards this season as it goes on.
I
If things
agree.
don't get any better, I mean, the Blackburn end upper tier isn't used anymore because the attendances are so poor. Many of the
When
fans
I
are
had a
staying away.
season ticket, that upper tier was packed out every week.
It was
When I had a
always
season
packed
ticket.
out. It was
And that
always
was in my
packed
mid
out.
twenties. I'm in my late 30s now. In my mid 20s, 10 years back, that upper tier was packed out.
I mean, it's got me asking though, like, if the owners do inevitably go. I don't see any time soon, unfortunately. Will the attendances go up? Would more fans come flocking
I
to
don't
Ewood
know.
Park?
I don't
We
know.
don't know.
Is the damage done? That's the
It
problem.
depends depends what damage has been done and where we're at. Should they go? Because I just can't see this regime going for much longer. Something has got to give at the moment. It can't continue for much longer with the way things are.
No,
It really
they've
can't.
either got to up. Like I don't know. I don't know what they've got to do, but they've got to do something drastically improvement wise in terms of how they're running our club, or they've got to get rid. Not say get rid, like sell up and move on and let somebody actually knows what they're doing come in and take over and try and rebuild us slowly
Yeah,
but surely. Even if we have to
cut the
drop
losses
down a
and
couple of
go.
divisions,
Yeah,
it's not
we
ideal,
might have
but
to take that.
I'd rather that and have a club to go watch still and slowly try and build our way back up again and slowly build our
Yeah,
fan base back up than have us
I
get
mean,
just liquidated by owners that just don't seem to care.
there have been football clubs that have been in that situation, haven't there? I mean, look at Coventry, look at Leeds, Portsmouth as well.
Exactly.
They've all been in that situation, haven't they? They've had toxic owners who've ruined their clubs. They've had to really
Yeah.
go hit a low point for them to go and do one. Reading, I suppose, are in that situation now, aren't they? They've
Yeah.
reached a really low point and to get new owners. And even Bolton have done that as well. You
Yeah.
know, they
Bolton,
had
yeah.
to reach a really low point. I think we haven't hit rock bottom yet.
No, we haven't.
I think we have to hit rock bottom for them to potentially go. I don't see any other way of that personally. I really don't.
No. And it's a
But
horrible thing to have
obviously,
to look at.
yeah, it's a horrible prospect to look at that. It's a really bleak future if the way things are at the moment and the way things are.
There's some nice away
You know,
days though for the League One and League Two football.
yeah, I suppose going Blackpool could be one. I suppose, and maybe going to Morecambe. You know, going out on coast, and even going down to Plymouth as well. You
Mm.
know,
I
down
know
in
I
West
joke
Country.
about these things, but I mean, you got to look at it that way, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. So I
Which
think
kind of
that's
moves us
covered
on to our
everything,
next
innit?
game.
Yeah, well, we play Southampton, don't we, at home
But they've
this
not been having a
weekend.
good run recently, so you never know.
No,
Maybe
no,
that could be the
I don't know.
picture where we could turn the tide. I'm
No,
not confident, but maybe it could be.
no,
There's the
I don't
level of
see it.
optimism trying to creep back in again.
No, take
I've
off your
talked
blue and
so
white
negatively
tinted
today, and
specs
I'm the
here.
optimistic one.
You need to take off them blue and white tinted specs here, mate, because we have been on such a shit run. I just don't see us getting anything. Maybe I've got my blue and white
Rovers
tinted
hoodie on.
specs on as well. On the negative aspects, I'm thinking, you know, them skeleton memes, just like sat there like this, and they just put a meme on, waiting for
Is that
Rovers
me
to get
being
our
optimistic?
first win.
Is that me being optimistic 30 years down the line?
Oh, dear me. Yeah, I was just thinking, waiting for our first win or next win. You know, I just don't see it. I know Southampton in poor. Will Still's under a lot of pressure, but they've got the quality to see him out of the
They
games,
have got the quality, and
which is
that's
a
the
bit like
problem.
what. And they got Adam Armstrong, haven't they, as well? I mean, he's going to score against us. I just see it. Comes back to Ewood Park and scores against us.
I can see it
I
happening
hope
as
I'm
well.
wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But I just don't see us getting anything against Southampton with the way
I've got
things
an
are right now.
inkling of optimism. We can get something against Southampton, and if we can just
Oh,
somehow snatch a win, and I mean, this is very, very if we could snatch a win, it could be what could turn the tide and just build that confidence a little bit because our team looks devout of confidence right now, and that's a
yeah, we're
massive problem.
very short confidence. We're very
When your
short
team is
confidence.
playing with no confidence whatsoever, and they can't see when the next win is coming, it just becomes a burden on them, and that's when like you see their
Yeah,
heads drop, and then they just don't seem interested and lethargic and this and the other. And I suppose it does weigh on you, but you've got to be professional. You've got to fucking work hard. Pardon my language. That was bad of me.
nah, it's fine. It's fine. We're emotions running high right now amongst the fan base, so I can
Yeah.
understand that. It is.
I don't think I've
I've
talked this
even swore
negatively about
myself.
the Rovers in a while.
No, I don't think I've been this negative since Owen Coyle and when Steve Keane was there. That's
Yeah,
how low I feel right now where Rovers is concerned.
I
And I
agree.
know, like they're saying, oh, he's worse than them. But let's cut Ismael some slack here. He's actually got a worse team
He
at
has.
his disposal
They had better
than what
players
them
and
two.
better team at the
They
time.
had miles better players than what they did, than what Ishmael did. To be fair, if Ishmael had like most of the squad from last season, I don't think we'd be in this position.
No, I reckon mid-table.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think not only have we lost experience, we've lost leadership as well. There's like no
Exactly.
leaders really as well,
Exactly.
and that's the worrying thing as well, because no one's stepping up to grab the games by the scruff of the neck. I mean, the only
Mm,
game we've seen that was against Stoke, but we haven't seen it in any other games,
no.
which is worrying. Which is really,
So,
really worrying.
a question I've got to ask you then is, if I was to ask you for a prediction for the game against Southampton, what are you going to say?
I think it's going to be 2-1 Southampton.
You're saying 2-1 Southampton.
Wow, what would your prediction be?
I'm 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 hoping and I'm inkling at the positive, but I'm thinking it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Oh, you're more optimistic than I am. I don't think any of Rovers fans will have your optimism that you have. I really don't.
Do you see us getting relegated this season? All honest opinion.
Oh, if we continue the way that we're going in terms of how many wins in so many games, like one win, is it 2 wins in 10 games? Yeah, that's relegation form. Yeah, I see
Absolutely.
it's going down if we're going to continue
And it's
if the
not
run
just
of
that.
form is the way it is at the moment.
Not just that. There's a lot of good teams down in our end of the table and all.
Well, which other two teams are going to be worse than us? I mean,
It's hard to say.
No disrespect to any Sheffield Wednesday fans that happen to be watching or listening, but I
Yeah.
think they're very much occupied the bottom three. But I think they do know that anyway, to be fair to
Yeah.
them. But which other two teams can we finish above that are going to be
Derby,
worse
maybe.
than us? I mean, we're in a relegation battle with Derby County, Norwich City, who are down there. They're in the bottom
I
three with
think
us,
that
which
I'd like to
one
think they're
team I
too
did not
good to
expect to
go
be down
down
there.
though.
They're not getting the results though, are they? You know,
No.
and then you've got Oxford, who are pretty much down there.
Oxford was one of my ones that I was hoping we might be able to edge above Oxford and Derby and Sheffield Wednesday. They're the three, but it's gonna be edging. The way we're going, it's gonna be edging. And we need to start getting some points on the board at the very least.
And as you asked me on whether or not you think Rovers are going to go down or stay up, what do you think right now?
I'm scared. You know me, I'm always the optimist. Always the optimist. And at the moment, I've got a feeling we could be playing football in League One next season. Just on our form, on the way we're throwing results away, we seem to get ahead and then just throw it away defensively. The decisions that Ismael makes, I think, don't get me wrong, I, li- I, I like some of the players in our team. I think we've done all right with the business, but I think his choices are costing us big style.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
wondering,
it's not just
I'm,
Ismail, it's like the decisions that the board has made, the
oh
club's
yeah, true.
hierarchy have made.
I mean, you get rid of
In
one of your most experienced defenders, you don't replace them. And the players you do bring in are expected to be able to scrap in a championship that they've never played in before.
do you think we're going to stay up or we're going to go down? What do you think the next move should be for the club if things don't improve? Should
Is
Ishmael go? What manager should be brought in?
he on
Let us
borrowed
know in the comment
time?
section. Yeah, he's on borrowed time. Let us know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time with Totally Rovers. See you later, everyone.
See you later, everybody.